Hi, welcome back to Game Room Crafts. I'm Kelly. This is my game room. Let's play. Today is Skull Sunday, collaboration brought to you by Karen at the Dragon's Cave and Lula, Nerd Goblin Arts. Please check out the playlist below. See lots of skull fun because skulls aren't just for Halloween. So today I'm going to do two things. I got a set of Skull Totems, and it's the Hear No Evil, Speak No Evil, See No Evil skulls. And of course, you can see from here, one is much taller than the other. So we're going to do both of them. Now, one, I'm going to do a straight up perfect cast because I love that creamy color for the skulls. I think it very much, to me, screams bone. So I'm going to do that in the larger skull totem. And then down on the bottom here, it's like on rocks, or maybe it's other skulls. I don't know. But it's definitely embedded in something. So what we'll do is we'll cast it and then we'll color around them using pens. And so that's skull number one, perfect cast. Skull number two, I painted in the eyes with the Mateo Chrome Green. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I'm not sure, I might use perfect cast or I might use the Kisro. And I'm going to drop some J-Diction Resincrete colorant into it and just give it a little bit of a swirl, not mix it in, just a little swirl and pour it in and see what we get. I'm hoping for kind of a, I don't know, like tie-dye drippy effect because why not? So first things first, I need to get, this is 5 ounces. This one's 2.5. They're exactly half size. So I'm going to do 5 ounces in the perfect cast first. I just really think that bone color, the color of the perfect cast, just screams bone to me. So let's see what we can get. I need to come up a little bit over the 5 ounce mark because it's going to shrink when you add the water. So right here it's saying 5.5. So I'm good with that because, like I said, it is going to shrink. Now, for those of you who use scales and like to follow directions, which is not me in any way, shape, or form, you do a 3-to-1, so 3 parts powder, 1 part water. I cannot, scales doesn't work for me. So I'm gonna get me some water, and I'm not gonna use it all, I know that. This, I know. And I'm using a fork. I always use a fork because to me, it is less lumpy that way. Now, I'm gonna make me a well in the center, kind of go in with my water like that. Now you want to watch because you're going to go from hard, doughy, crumbly, light consistency to, oh, that was way too much water. That's if you're doing it my way. If you do it by scale measure, you're going to end up with, to me, it's a little too thick to pour into something where you're trying to get any kind of detail, which this does have detail because it has the eyes, the nose, and the hands. You do see hands on this because they're blocking their ears and their eyes and their mouth. So I'm trying to make sure I get down to the bottom and get anything that's stuck in that little this right here. Which, if you can see on the side of the cup, it's still dry down there. Number 1. So I'm going to pour some in. Do the first skull and I'm going to stop. You know the drills. Gotta squeeze it. I kind of roll it around to get as much of the detail that's in there covered as I can. Just, I'm squeezing it all the way up. Okay. And then some more. Ugh, did you see that lump go in? That's gonna bug me. I hope that doesn't cause problems. Would you look at that? Now I did 5. Actually, I did 5.5. You would think that would be enough, considering when I measured this last night, it was 5 ounces. So nope, he's not full. I would say he probably needs another 2 ounces. Now we know that when you add water to eco resin, your measurement shrinks down. I should have checked before I went ahead and started pouring exactly how much I had, because then I would know how much I need. Stay, don't fall over, please. Thank you. Okay, that should be plenty. And we're just gonna top that off. Okay, now, as you can see, he's wobbly, much wobbly. So we need something to give it some stability. I'm just gonna, yep, do that. Okay, so I actually think he can take a little bit more now that I have him not leaning. So I think that's perfect. Now, hopefully, the colors match. I know I didn't dye it, but the different amount of water gives it a different consistency, gives it a different color. See? So hopefully they match up. Okay, so that's one. And we are done with that. Now we're going to do the other one in Kisserol because I want it to be white and then drop our colors. So for that, 3 ounces of the Kisserol powder. Now I have some water. Turn this around so I can get to it. Now I put it in the bigger container because I'm going to be dropping my colors in and I want to kind of have a bigger space for them to work with. Now I intentionally did 3 ounces of powder on the cup because it said 2.5 yesterday when I measured it. However, the big one said 5 and it definitely took more than 5. I don't think so. I think that's very liquidy and I don't think that's, I mean, it could be 3 ounces. It's just under 4 in here. But like I said, it's very liquidy. So FYI, the cup that comes with the casserole was exactly I poured out 2 ounces of powder. Make sure you zip that bag closed well. Now, of course, that's a lot thicker. So I'll put a little bit of more water. You see me scraping my side. I'm getting down to the bottom. That's why I like using the fork, because if I feel anything thick, I know that I have to keep going. I think that's okay. Now, I'm going to do 2 drops of each color.
That's 2 of the pink. 1, 2 of the purple. Actually 2 of the yellow, but they jumped together. 2 of the green.
All right. Little swirl. I'm not trying to mix it up. I'm just trying to get it swirled in there. I want it to kind of look, I don't know, almost tie-dye-ish. I don't know. And again, I'm going to stop about halfway. Give it some taps. Hope some bubbles come up from the bottom. I mean, that's just a teeny tiny bit too much. We'll do that. I got a bear. There we go. Okay, we are going to leave these alone for because they're big and they're enclosed on, I mean, like seriously encapsulated. I'm going to give it 2 hours and then I will demold it and stick it in my food dehydrator for about 45 minutes after that. So I will be back when it's time to demold these guys. All right, see you in a bit. Back, and these are done. They're cool to the touch. What to do? Start with my minis first, my extras. This was just the leftover kiss roll that we added some of that. Oh, isn't that cute? We added some of the resin-crete pigment in there. This one obviously needs to be trimmed. This to me is the best and easiest way when they're still semi-soft, because yes, they were hard enough to demold. No, it's still going to take 24 hours for it to be fully cured. So you just take your craft knife and scrape it right across the offending pieces. Right there between the ears and his little bum too. And he's done. He will be ready to be sealed. Now, before I seal anybody, they will go through the dehydrator, or I can leave them overnight. But honestly, I prefer to use the dehydrator because it just sucks all that moisture out of there. I just love the swirls. Now, I lost the yellow completely, but you can definitely see the green, the purple. I can see hints of the pink. Now, in the back, you can see the yellow. This one is mostly purple, though on the back you can see the green. All right, so since we have them done, we'll go ahead and do the little one. Oh. Okay, I like that. I like how that came out. I like that. Kid, I have something to show you.
What's that? Ooh. I like it.
Yeah, he only has one hand covering his mouth, though.
That's fine.
But he can't speak, right?
Yep.
Speak no evil. You like that? The color swirls?
Yeah, how do you do that?
So this was the Kiss Roll powder, and I took 2 drops of yellow, green, purple, and pink Judiction Resincrete colorant,
like
and I
4
just
drops.
dropped it in. Each of them had 2 drops. And then I took the fork and I just went like that. I didn't mix it in. I just kind of swished it and then poured. And what we got was that kind of like tie-dye effect like that on
I like
the top.
it. Good job, Mama.
Thank you. All right. I want to see the big one.
There's a big one.
The big one is not colored. The big one is perfect cast. So, actually, I need to pick them up.
Oh, fine then. It's being difficult.
Wow. Well, it's much taller.
I noticed.
Okay, hold on.
It says no. I don't wanna. We got this, guys. It's fine. It's
Many hours later. Oh, wait, I almost got it. Yeah! Okay, so this one has 2 hands. He's
Jinx,
yeah.
can I have a soda when I go?
Yeah. So he's too little to have done both hands on the face. That's why.
Oh, I'm sure they could have. They just didn't care. I like it though. Spooky.
So I would do the bottom part in like brown or black
Yeah.
to give it like a base, except for the 2 bones.
Yeah.
And then
Where are the Sharpie creative markers?
I don't have a brown Sharpie creative marker.
Well, fine then. I'll go.
No. Can you do the hands and the eye sockets?
In black?
Yeah.
Why? Not the hands.
No, the space between the fingers. No,
On that one specifically, because
all of them.
No, because that's where the rest of the head is.
Okay, leave the hands alone then, and just do the eyes. And these are going back in the dehydrator.
To finish.
Yeah, because you can feel the moisture in it, right?
Mm-hmm. Which is much better than feeling the warmth of the resin.
Yeah, let it sit long enough to cool off.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, you can tell that these were hand sculpted, maybe handmade, because there are thumbprints.
No, that's actually filament lines from the 3D printer.
Oh, well, fine then. Never mind.
You're welcome. Learn something new every day.
Yes, remind me how uninformed I am.
No, actually, I didn't see it in that one. I saw it in this one when I was trying to do the eyes. And I actually learned that because I have an elephant. It is a beautiful elephant. I love that
I
elephant.
do the nose.
However, when you take it out,
I shouldn't have done the nose.
why?
Because it got a little bit on
No,
the
it's
wrong
fine.
spot.
When you take it out of the mold, you can see, like what she said, it looks like fingerprints, but it's not. It's actually the filament lines from the 3D printer.
Oh, no.
That nose is a little bit smaller than others because of the hand. Is there anything you want taken out? Because I can scrape it off with the...
I mean, I got a little paint on this finger, but aside from that, I think it's fine.
Why don't we just leave it alone?
Yeah.
So these will all go through the dehydrator to complete their drying process. And once they are done, I will probably seal them with a quick coat, the Rust-Oleum 3 times clear, all of them. You could do beeswax. You could do polyurethane, like Minwax. Of course, there's always Duraclear gloss sealer, J-Diction. There's all kinds of gloss sealers that you could use for it. Me, personally, I think it's just easier to spray it with the Rust-Oleum 2 times clear and leave it alone. But that, friends, those are our makes for Skull Sunday. Thank you for joining us here in the game room. I had fun. I tried a new mold. I tried a new technique. For me, that's the first time I've ever done that, and it worked. Yay! Please check out the playlist below. Tons of artists doing lots of skull things. And we will be back here next month to do yet another skull make. Our main recording is every Thursday. We'll be here next Thursday. I'm not sure what we're doing this coming Thursday, but whatever it is, we will endeavor to make it fun. In the meantime, don't forget to play. See you soon. Bye.